We welcome you to another episode of Sports Talk. I'm Ted Emrich. The girls' track and field season is still rolling, but really, it's just beginning in McKinney ISD. McKinney High finished second, McKinney North third at the District 10 4A Championships last week. Lionettes coach Clay Davis has a long-distance runner in Megan Shea that will soon call Austin her home, but we'll tell you how she hopes to visit the state capitol a few months before she moves there. North missed out on a third consecutive district title under Miller Loudermilk, but you'll still see several Lady Bulldogs at the regional meet, and the same goes for Boyd in Class 5A. And no surprise for the Broncos, Coach Laura Cahey had a few familiar names from the district champion cross-country team advance to regionals. Coming up, we take you inside these teams with the people that know them better than anyone. That's the coaches. Also, the Dennis Baker State Farm Scholar Athlete of the Week. Next on Sports Talk. What a year it's been for the McKinney girls track team, and it's not over yet. Coach Clay Davis joining us now, and Clay, a second place finish for your team at the district championships last week in Rockwall. I'm sure you feel that this team is hitting its stride as it now heads to regionals.
Yeah, I do. I really do. We were talking a little earlier. It's a lot of times when you go to the district meet, you never know what to expect, and I told the coaches just to tell the kids, do what got us here. Take care of business day by day, and just perform the best you can, and it's time for you to show out. And they did. They really did. We had an awesome meet.
Clay, your cross-country team in the fall placed second in district as well. Big reason, Megan Shea, the future Texas Longhorn. And in the spring, she's also an elite runner. No doubt about that. She has proven that throughout her career.
Yes.
Here in her senior year, she wins the 800 meters at district, second in the 1600 meters. What was most impressive about Megan's day in Rockwall?
Well, I think that was the first time all year long that she'd gotten a chance to run both events in the same day. And we were both interested to see how she would rebound from running the 800, because all the 2-milers that were running the mile ran the 2-mile the previous night and had more time to rest. And it's a different tax that you put on your body in that 800. So I was really pleased that she ran her best time of this season after running the 800, and the best time she ran in the 800 all season as well. She said her legs felt great, and she's kind of struggled this year of, having good legs on meet days. Felt good in practice, and then on meet days her legs just felt dead. So it was nice to see her finally, feel really good on the day that it mattered.
Megan had a pair of top 3 finishes as a junior last year at state. She's primed for a 4th consecutive trip to Austin. She calls that her home track. It will be her home track these next 4 years, signed with the University of Texas. But obviously the next step for her is regionals at UT Arlington. What's the mindset? What is she working on as she heads to regionals?
Same things at district. The district meet is the first meet that you run into the finality that you talked about, and it's, the kids either perform or the nerves, you either control your nerves or your nerves control you. And I thought our coaches did a really good job of telling the kids and being calm and being the face of calmness and while they're as nervous as they can be. And the kids really did that. And for Megan in particular, I think it's the same mindset at the regional meet. The regional meet is kind of like a prelims for your state meet. But she has to run the 800 on Friday night in a prelim, which is different. We've not done that before. And then she has to come back and she has to run the 800 in the mile, provided that she runs well enough. And, hopefully that's the case. But, she'll approach it the same way, taking care of business. And then, provided everything goes well, we can take that deep breath and know that she's there again for the 4th consecutive year and finished her career out and being there at every available opportunity.
Clay, with Megan's career winding down, do you ever allow yourself a moment to look back on the journey that she has taken ever since you started coaching her here at the high school level?
Not yet. Not yet. I'm going to try to put that off until after the state meet. So she is. I look back sometimes at just her progression as a runner and how much she's matured as a runner and how well she takes things now and as opposed to her freshman year. But I try not to think about this senior class in particular leaving until they're gone or until they're through and with their endeavors. And then I look back at it. It's just kind of she's a special kid and she's in a special class. That group of kids is just a really good group of kids, and I'm not looking forward to them being gone. So that's why I said not yet.
It's going to be a while before they're through. They're just really getting started here.
I hope so.
Going to the regional meet. How about Leslie Zupanik? Maybe she can have that kind of career that you look back on fondly years from now. Just a sophomore at the moment, and she really owned those sprinters events at the district meet. First in the 200 meters, second in the 100 meters. What kind of potential does Leslie offer?
Well, Leslie is a multi-sport athlete, and I told the girls on the bus on the way back home that, that they needed to find somebody else that they wanted to run, recruit numbers and things like that. When we got back, actually, the next day. But in Leslie's case, I love the fact that she plays basketball and does well there too. And I like those kids coming out of basketball and helping us out, and it helps us tremendously. But she's such a competitor, and she's not aware of her talent as a runner. But she's an extremely talented kid, and she comes to work every day and just every single day leaves it out there on the track. So delightful kid, easygoing, but she's just a competitor like no other, and she's got a bright future ahead of her.
Lauren Norlag, 6th in the 100 meters at the district meet. And she was also a key member of your relays that piled up the points. 2nd in the 4x1, 5th in the 4x2, and 3rd in the 4x4. No gold there, no first place finishes, but those points really were the difference between second place and a much lower finish.
Lauren is a key to our relays, and I told her back in the spring she'd never run our mile relay before. And I told her, I said, you need to expand your horizons and think of being on that mile relay. Think about being in the 4x1 and the 4x4, because I build my team around the 4x4. There's a reason it's the last event, the premier event in track and field. And I said, you're one of my best athletes. You need to think about doing that. And from that moment on, she really grasped the idea and ran with it. No pun intended. She really did a good job of stepping up and running with the quarter milers in practice, and that's made the difference in our relays. We were going to be thin if she hadn't come through, and she really excelled this year. So she's been a real key member.
We know that the sport isn't just track, it's track and field, and what an unforgettable showing in the shot put and the discus. You finished 1-2 in the shot put with Andracia Jackson and Brianna Small-Peppers, 1-4 in the discus, Jackson winning both events. Well,
Brianna, last year at the district meet, we really performed well. I keep telling Coach Behan every year she's Coach of the Year. I'm going to vote for her for Coach of the Year because her kids every year at the district meet and even at regionals perform better than they performed all year long. And they did the same thing this year. We went and both of the girls in the shot, Brianna improved over 1.5 feet from last year. She threw 35, mid-35s last year and threw 36.11 this year. Which is a huge performance. And then 2 weeks ago, Andracia had been struggling in the district, in the shot put just a little bit, and actually being beaten by Brianna. And then she goes out and throws 39.1 and improves by over 2 feet over her best. So, and then in the discus the next day, Bailey Smith got in the finals. Great for her. She improved a lot. Probably improved close to 10 feet. Brianna, who didn't even throw the discus until 5 weeks ago, she gets in the finals and gets a 4th place finish, which was, competitor coming out in her. And then Andracia I don't know where it came from. I do. She practices hard every day too, and she's a competitor, but she throws 9 feet and 3 inches over her best throw and throws 140 feet. So, hats off to those girls because they come to the meet and they take care of business. And that's what we got to do in 2 weeks.
Yeah, what do you look for from your team overall at UT Arlington?
Well, we've had, a knock on wood, we've had a tremendous chance the last 2 or 3 years to place highly as a team there. part of that's because of Megan, placing in 2 races very highly. Last year she won the mile and 2 mile. But we got a 3rd place finish from Andrea last year in the discus. She didn't make the finals, but I think she'll make the finals this year in the shot and get us points. I think Brianna's got a good chance to make the finals and get some points. I think she's got the best throw in the region in the discus. She's got a chance to win the discus if she'll go out and take care of business. And with our relays, the possibility of our relays making the finals, and a girl that we haven't talked about, Jakira Johnson, she was running in the low 16s 3 weeks ago, and she runs 15.13, a hand time 14.8. So she's made a huge stride. And if she runs that way, she's got a good chance to make the finals as well. So, we got to get through Friday night, get kids in the finals, and then once we get kids in the finals, take care of business on Saturday and try to improve. And if we do that, I think that we can be in the top. My goal is to be in the top 5 in the region team-wise, and to get as many kids as we can to Austin, obviously. So I like missing that day of school.
No doubt about it. Clay, we appreciate the time. Certainly best of luck at UT Arlington.
I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Clay Davis, head coach of the McKinney girls track and field team. Yes, they're off to regionals at UT Arlington, and the Lionettes have one goal: advance to UT Austin and the state championships.